All right. So Jamie, thank you so much for saying a couple words about what we have going on.
Go in the house. 5, 4, 3, 2. Shut the door. Shut the big door. I'll come get you in a minute.
The good news is you have a crew of future famous actors in there because they love the camera.
Yes.
1 second, War Machine.
Get in the house now. Because I'm busy. Shut the door. 5 minutes.
Thank you, Jamie. So we're talking about the votes coming up on the Bush tax cuts and how these tax cuts have affected real people and really the 99%. So if you would, in your own words, talk about recently what you've seen happen and what you'd like to see happen in the future.
The tax cuts have messed with the children at my school. Like, stop some of their programs that really help them to become what they want in the future. And it's also stopped me from continuing to go to college because I can't afford it. And it's like, it's helping the rich, but there's no way we can get up there if we don't get the help from them. So that's like...
Yeah. I mean, you were telling me about how you're the first person in your family to go to college. You got an associate.
So I got the full grant to go and get my associate, which has helped and made me come up a little bit, but there's no way I can, send my family to college or raise them on just an associate's degree, and I can't afford to continue and go get my bachelor's. And it just, if I had my bachelor's, it would open up so many doors, and I could be, up there, and I could help pay more taxes, and put more into the programs that we need.
So you have a few children. How many kids do you have?
I have 2 children.
2 children. And, raising them and working and going to school in the past, too. A lot of people would say, well, why don't you just take loans out and go over and finish up school? What would that mean to you?
Well, there's no guarantee that when I graduate, there's still going to be jobs out there the way stuff's going now. So why am I going to take that chance and put us further in poverty if there's no guarantee there's going to be a job for me? So I'm not going to, loans are just bad right now. Because they're bailing out the high rollers, but who's bailing me out?
And, we've gone through this recession so far. Have you yourself had to make sacrifices and things like that with the shape of the economy?
Yeah. Shopping at Goodwill and places like that, and taking care of the kids and forgetting about myself. You know what I mean? And it's just crazy the stuff that you have to get rid of. Like not being able to take them places in the summer because you can't save the money. You have to use it for your actual daily living, and living paycheck to paycheck is just, it's hard.
Yeah.
And it's like you're stuck because you can't go to school so that you can get more money and a good job because you can't get the money to go to school. It's just like the egg or the chicken, which came first.
And when you see them debating the tax cuts and things like that, it seems a household like yourself has had a lot of struggling recently. Do you think the very wealthiest are struggling in the same way and having trouble sending their kids or themselves to college and things like that?
No, I think they're just struggling on where to spend their money. But I mean, they have problems too, they do, but not the same as us. It's a different atmosphere. It's like, it used to be a small gap, and now there's a big gap between the economies, and it's crazy.
Yeah. And, how does a couple percentage raise, you think, affect someone like you versus someone who is a multimillionaire bringing in hundreds of thousands of dollars every year?
Let's see. The same percentage raised for somebody who has the money is not a dent at all. The percentage raised for me, that would be probably 3 of my bills.
Wow.
You know, 3 of my bills compared to not even a portion of one of their bills. It's crazy.
And do you think it's right to say to folks who have made a lot of money that they can contribute just a little bit more so your children get a better education and you yourself could pursue more schooling, or is that unfair?
It depends on the situation. Now, there are some people who don't deserve to be helped. You know, if you're not going to help yourself, you don't deserve to be helped. But for the people who want to help themselves and, you know, come up in life the honest way, you know, it would be nice for the rich to, you know, hey, I got the little extra, I don't need it. I'm going to help these people out so that they can be maybe possibly one day close to where I am. You know? Depends on if you deserve it all, if you want it, if you can do it.
And what would you say about, you know, folks who, you know, the very wealthiest, wouldn't it be more patriotic, if you will, to give just a small portion of the incredible wealth that they've made to rise up the tide of America and recreate this middle class?
Yes, I think it would. Because, like, okay, you have all this money, it's just sitting there. Are you going to spend it all before you die? You know, so why not do something important with it and help out, you know, your fellow mankind if you can, and make the world a better place, you know? Like, if you have so many poor people and this and that, and they're poor, so they're going to steal, wouldn't you rather say, hey, let me give this to them so that they don't have to live this life? So, yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time. It's been a pleasure.
Okay.
And, yeah, I'll see you around.
Okay.